I forgot, man. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Jesus. Well, where are you going? Boston. 1375. Low to Boston. Here, you dick. I could charge you extra. Graffiti in the morning, the world turning. Brainstorming, for sure, a forewarning. Good morning, I'm sorbing.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Good to see you back here in Boston. Hope the ride in wasn't too bad. All right, everyone. So this is going to be episode number 5 coming at you. Today's episode, I want to talk about one vitamin, one supplement that is going to help you overall become a healthy person. It's going to make you feel better, look better. It's something you need to add into your foundation to becoming a healthier person. This is extremely important because health is wealth. What that means is if you have all the money in the world, you have all the cars, the clothes, houses, whatever, that's great. But if you're sick and you're injured constantly, you're not going to be able to enjoy anything. It doesn't matter what it is or who you're trying to hang out with. You can't enjoy anything if you're sick and broken. A specific example I can think of is my coach was training this guy who was a multimillionaire, had, more money than he knew what to do with, but he could not for the life of him go, more than a few weeks without getting sick. I don't know. I don't remember specifically if he had immune disorder, but did not take care of himself, drank excessively, smoked too much, ate, really horribly, and eventually caught up with him. He just was constantly sick. And when he finally decided to, start making changes in his life, some of them, unfortunately, were too late. But it's never too late in the sense to start over. So, yes, you might have, binged yourself into, unfortunately, in some people's cases, ending up with diabetes. But that doesn't mean you can't take corrective measures and now restart and say, okay, I fucked up. But at this point, I can do my best to live within the situation that I unfortunately put myself in. So that is changing my diet. That is adding exercise. That is taking, vitamins to help deal with what I caused for myself. So with that being said, what is this vitamin? What is this supplement that's going to lay the foundation for me? And that is going to be the multivitamin. Now, just as the name sounds, a multivitamin is one vitamin that you're going to take. Depending on where you get it, you can get it where you have to take, unfortunately, 16 pills, but you space it out as about 8 and 8. Or you could do the new one that they just put out, which I'll get into later in the episode. You take it 2 pills once a day. Very simple. But the multivitamin covers your foundation in the sense that it has a variety of different vitamins in it that we need to help us and help our bodies stay healthy. So we want to cover now the reasons why you should take this multivitamin. What's so important about this? Well, let's think about our dietary habits, right? We do get a lot of nutrients from the foods we eat, but a lot of us, myself included, we don't eat enough fruits and vegetables. It's a fact. Especially I see how other people eat around me at work or even when I was in school. People do not eat what they should be eating. We eat junky, fatty foods. We drink, we smoke, a lot of things that are really just beating the shit out of our bodies. So when we don't eat enough of the fruits and vegetables, we're missing out on these essential nutrients. And when we miss out on these essential nutrients, we unfortunately can't lower our risks for certain diseases like heart disease, stroke, cancer, and even a wide variety of other health conditions. According to research, adults especially need to consume 1.5 to 2 cups of fruits, 2 to 3 cups of vegetables daily. I don't think I know anyone that follows that, and that's the recommendation to, just maintain proper health. Not even going overboard. That's simple. It's one thing if you're an athlete and you really want to step up, then yeah, you're going to do even more than that. But that's just saying bare ass minimum. That's what you should do. And no one's fucking doing it. Not a lot of people are doing it at this point. So, in a study, they found that 76% of adults don't eat enough fruit, and 87% of adults don't eat enough vegetables. Like I said, yeah, no one's really even trying to meet these minimum requirements. It's a very small group, and it just has a lot to do with us placing a huge importance on, I'm so busy, I gotta just get out there, get to work, I don't have time to properly prepare everything. I get it, but at the same time, if you're not gonna get them by the way that's the most easiest way to take these nutrients through meals, then you're gonna need to take them through a pill. Now, I like to think of the multivitamin as like a personal insurance policy. This is basically a, guarantee to ensure your body is going to get the vitamins and minerals it needs, especially if you're slacking on eating the proper things. It really will make up for the shortfalls that happen when you're not getting specifically what you need through your food. So now I'm going to go over basically I made a list, and I also researched this to just see if that I was on point with everything. But this was a short list of things that are good reasons to take multivitamins. Number one for me was heart health. Now, studies have showed that taking a high-quality multivitamin, which I'll go into where to get these, high quality. You don't want to buy them off the street or, some sketchy store. But taking high-quality multivitamins is going to reduce cardiovascular disease. I don't know if a lot of people are aware of this, but heart disease is one of the leading causes of death in both men and women in the United States. That is a scary fucking fact. That was one of the first things I thought of. It just was okay, well, if I'm doing this, I'm taking care of my heart. And that's one of the most important organs. That's why bare minimum they teach you CPR, because regardless of what's going on, you got to be able to do that to save someone. Without the heart working, that's it. So with that being said, what are some of the vitamins that are in here that play a role from multis that are going to help with your heart? They have vitamin B1, B2, B6, K1, niacin, which is B3, CoQ10, and magnesium. Now, these all play a role in cardiovascular health. So, like I said, you have all these covered just for heart health, and there's still a bunch more. That's just a small list of what's going to help you. But for me, I was definitely concerned about heart health. The next thing that was a concern for me, just because I've seen a bunch of people around me, suffer from this, is cancer. So vitamins in general, especially if we get them from the proper foods, are going to help reduce cancer. So vitamin usage specifically has been associated with a decreased risk of, cancers. A recent study they did took about 14,000 men aged over 50, 50 and above, and found that. And in the study, they found that by giving them daily multivitamins, not once a week, daily, every day, it significantly reduced the risk of total cancer. Now, this is something I know some of us are like, oh, well, yeah, it might happen down the road, but I want to prevent this shit from happening. This shit scares me. I've seen it at the hospital. I do not like seeing people suffer from having to overcome cancer. And some of it can happen just from going outside and breathing. I hate to say it, but the shit that's in the air, the pollution, you could get lung cancer and you've never fucking smoked a day in your life. that scares the shit out of me, like in the grand scheme of things, to know that I could be doing everything right, but even going out for fresh air while exercising, yeah, I'm putting myself at a risk here. So by taking this just helps me feel a little bit better that like I said, I'm covering my ass, I am covering my bases by doing every specific thing I can. Now, all right, I'm going to take it back a little bit to something that is not as serious as, heart disease and heart issues and cancer. Now, the other benefits here are just, it's going to help boost your immunity. Vitamin C, D, and E are incorporated in this multi, and vitamin C specifically is a very strong antioxidant, and it's known for strengthening the immune system. So, especially during the winter, it's a good thing to take. You're going to want to increase your vitamin C just to help out. This is a time when your immune system is not at the strongest. You're not getting the natural sunlight, which just helps you feel better. And through sunlight, you actually do absorb vitamin D into your body, which is another important vitamin. But E as well. These do compound and help supplement immunity. So vitamin C, D, and E, very important. And it's also been linked to, which I wasn't aware of. I thought this was very interesting, but I came across that it said these vitamins in particularly can help reduce allergy symptoms. Very interesting. Now, just going along with, trying to take care of yourself, and like I said, reduce the risks of the cancer and heart issues. As we age, our nutritional values and our nutritional needs don't always match up. It gets harder for our bodies to absorb the nutrients that we need. So our needs are increasing, but how much we're taking in through just foods alone is not enough. So it's really difficult in general if you're thinking, okay, I'm getting older. The foods I'm eating, even if I am eating the best to my ability I can, I'm not getting everything out of this food still. Yeah, it's kind of, it feels defeating, but that shouldn't be, give up hope here. Like I said, still continue to exercise, still continue to eat well, but just cover your bases by taking these extra supplements. Medications, especially when you get older, they can deplete our bodies. As you've seen, the commercials, they're like, oh, take this, but at the same time, it gives you this fucking problem next. Yeah, that sucks, but, sometimes you can't avoid, not taking medications. And I'm not an advocate for saying, oh, do one or the other. It's all about having that, healthy balance in your life. So if you have to take it, sometimes you can't just get away with taking a pill, like a supplement or a vitamin. Sometimes you do unfortunately need those medications. But when you take them, you're depleting your body of other nutrients. So a good way to offset the, lack of absorption from foods, and also the fact that you might be taking medications that are depleting nutrients, the only way that you can now offset this is by taking the multivitamin to cover the deficiencies that are created from those two issues. Now, another important thing that I wrote down on the list, but it wasn't at first something I was really thinking about, is eye health. Obviously, your eyes are important. We need to see what we're doing, and no one wants to be blind or ever come down with, something as bad as, macular degeneration. So vitamins A, C, E are covered. Niacin, which is B3, and selenium also support eye health. The one interesting thing that I didn't know at first until I looked into the study that they were showing about eye health is that lutein, which is I talked about in the one important food to eat episode, is found in the yolk of eggs. So this is a second way, a supplementary way of making sure that you're also helping yourself protect your eyes from harmful light waves. So I was very, happy in a way to see that something that I built off in the previous episode could come back and also be important for this particular case as well. Something now for, I want to say, some people that really care about this, but it's good to know. This is also, by taking multis, it's going to help your hair and skin, look healthier, and for your hair be fuller. Now, what are these vitamins specifically in the multis that focus on this? Vitamin B3, which is niacin, biotin, vitamin C, and that's more for the, luscious, full hair look. But for the skin side, what helps, maintain, good-looking skin, vitamin A, C, vitamin E, and vitamin CoQ10. I know for some people that's probably going to be on the most important side of what they were concerned about. Well, I just want to, look good. Yeah, it's important. I'm not taking that away. But like I said, I figured that might be, depending on who you are, something that's the most important for you, at least right now. And if that's the case, God bless. There's nothing wrong with that. Take it for that reason, but just know you are helping yourself out in more than one way. Something that I do want to mention too with vitamins that you have to just keep in the back of your mind, certain ones that are in, multis are water soluble. Others are, stored in your fat. So the excess fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and vitamin K are stored in the body, where water soluble vitamins B and C are not. So, the excess water soluble vitamins simply travel through the body. This means that it's basically very important to take these essential vitamins on a daily basis, because they're not going to, really get to build up in you like the fat soluble. Those store a little bit longer. So just something to take in mind, why I, emphasized you got to take it not, once a week, not, every couple days. Really try to take it every single day, just because not everything is going to give you the benefit in the long run if you're only, taking it at certain times, at certain days. Moving on, one specific category that I really like in the multi, but I also take it independently, is vitamin B. The vitamin B family, I think, is, it's great, and this is why I don't mind taking it separately of the multi on top of getting a little bit in the multi. But if you take vitamin B, which is, like I said, it's covered in here, so you don't have to be excessive like I am, but vitamin B's boost your energy levels. They boost your feelings of well-being, and they are extremely helpful in helping to decrease stress and anxiety. So this alone just makes it, worth staying compliant with keeping a multivitamin routine. And like I said, you don't have to go overboard and take it separately, which if you are, and you get one with niacin, which is B3, go easy on it, because if you take a lot, especially on an empty stomach, you're going to feel like you are having like really horrible hot flashes. It's not that it's, the worst thing you could do, but it feels really weird to be sitting there not doing anything. You could be comfortable and you're having a hot flash because you took an excessive amount of vitamin B. Just a fact to be aware of. But moving on, just to wrap things up, the last thing that I want to talk about, because I said I would earlier in the episode, is, okay, where do we get these? Now, old ones that I used to be given when I was younger, my parents used to give me these multis, and I had to take, I think it was like 14 or 16 a day, but you'd take some in the morning and some at night. God, I fucking hated those. So luckily with this day and age, and how well science has progressed, you can take 2 multis one time a day, and that's it. You're done. The sources that I would look for stores, Vitamin Shop's great, and Life Extension Online. I'll drop the links in the summary bio for the episode. But those are my 2, places that I'm okay with, and that's based on, years of my parents studying health and nutrition and really trying to find the best places to buy vitamins that aren't just cheaply made pieces of shit and are not going to supply you with what you need. So, like I said, Vitamin Shop and Life Extension Online, great places, and hopefully that stays the same. GNC, I know some people like going there. I'm kind of iffy on it because I've heard mixed things about things that they will try and pawn off on you. So just something to be aware of, but always research everything. Don't just take one person's opinion as law of the land. So with that being said, I want to thank everyone for listening in today's episode. I will see you in the next episode, and until then, keep vibing, everyone.